Hey Red, Sammy from United People's TV, here to preview the upcoming game on Wednesday night against Watford. Now we're heading into this game off the back of a cracking week. We beat Shrewsbury Town 3-0, we beat Midtjylland 5-1, and then we beat Arsenal 3-2 on Sunday when nobody expected us to, fans included. That's 11 goals in 3 games, and United are looking good. Given how many injuries we have, we've got Shaw, Darmian, tons and tons of players. Darmian might actually be back for the game tomorrow, but there's lots and lots of first team players who have been out in the past few weeks, forcing us to play youngsters. And what did the youngsters do? Beat Arsenal. It was such a good game. That was the best game I've had at Old Trafford in a long time. And Watford are coming into the game off the back of a bit of a mixed February. Drew the last game with Bournemouth 0-0. That was our favourite result at one point this season. Lost to Chelsea. They might have drawn to Chelsea actually. They lost to Spurs, beat Crystal Palace as well. So up and down from Watford. They're much better at home than they are away this season, which plays into our hands. And the fact that we're coming into this match off the back of 3 really convincing wins, it bodes well. I mean, after the January period, that's when United really used to get into their seasons. That's when United were feared the most, because it was always a point of the year where we really sort of turned the screw. And when you're looking at your Memphis Depay, he's up for Player of the Month award after February for his best month in a United shirt. That performance against Midtjylland, 10 out of 10 he got. And he also looked good against Arsenal. He looks confident, and he's a confidence player. And if you've got Martial coming back from injury as well, I personally think you could see Memphis on the left, Rashford up front, and Martial on the right wing. How amazing would that be as a front three? That has got so much pace, so much enthusiasm and youth in it that you could hit on the counter fast and hard with that team. And if you've got Herrera and Schneiderlin as your 2 central midfielders, both of which I feel were excellent against Arsenal, you've got a basis for a brilliant team there. And you've also got in defence, we're hopefully going to have Chris Smalling coming back in and playing alongside him and Blind, which has been the partnership we've had the majority of the season. Who plays at left and right back, I don't know, because if Darmian comes back, does Varela drop straight back to the bench? I think that would be harsh on him. Last couple of games, he's been really good. And I think that happened last time that Darmian came back from injury. Came straight back in for Varela and was impressive, to be fair. But I just think it's a little bit unfair on Varela for him to get thrown away again out of the team. I think he deserves to keep his place in there. As for left back, it sounds like Rojo could be fit to face Watford. And if he doesn't, we'll probably see Joe Riley there. No word on whether Cameron Borthwick-Jackson is fit or not. I don't think he is. So I'm pretty sure it's either going to be Riley, Rojo, or maybe Blind. Out of the 3, I'd rather get Borthwick-Jackson back in, but if he's not available, play Rojo there. Keep Blind at centre-back. I feel like that's where his best performances have come this season. But heading into this match, we've all got to be confident, surely, Reds. I mean, 3 convincing games, and this is another potential full storm for United, but this one feels different to last time. Last time we had that 1-0 win away at Liverpool. Scrappy, Rooney's goal won it, 1-0, everyone was buzzing. Wasn't a convincing performance. These last 3 games have been extremely assured from United. And in testing circumstances, with so many injuries, Van Gaal under pressure, the players under pressure, they performed very well. And it feels like a collective full storm. This one feels, I don't know, let me know in the comments below whether you agree, but this one just feels a bit different. This is not to say that Louis Van Gaal has changed his ways and this is the beginning of a new era for Van Gaal, because I still feel that he has to leave at the end of the season, but it's nice that we've stumbled across some hope for the rest of the season in the youngsters. They just showed a different sort of enthusiasm against Arsenal that they just couldn't cope with. And we're obviously having the prolific Rashford up front who's just blown everyone away with his first 2 appearances. I personally think that he's got to start up front. Yes, there has to be a balance between protecting a youngster and using your best players. And I think that Martial got injured because he had played every single game this season. With West Brom coming up and then a double header against Liverpool and Man City, maybe we should give him that extra game off. Let him train up until the weekend and make sure that he's not going to suffer an actual injury by coming back too quickly. If we've got the option, maybe we should take it. And we do have the option. So I'll go on to my predicted 11 for the game. I think we're going to start with David De Gea in goal, with Smalling and Blind in front of him. I think we're going to see Rojo out at left back, and I'm going to go for Varela at right back. I think he deserves to keep his place there. I think we're going to go for Herrera and Schneiderlin in the middle. I think Memphis will keep his place out on the left. I think Mata will keep his place in the middle. And I think Lingard will keep his place on the right. I would like to see Martial there. If he is going to start, I would start him there. But I'm going to go for Marcus Rashford up top. Maybe just bring Rashford off after 60 minutes. He doesn't have to play the full game. We've got Martial on the bench. We may as well use him. But my prediction for the game, I wasn't confident going into that Arsenal game unless we had our players back from injury. I didn't give enough credit to Marcus Rashford. I said we were going to go for a 2-1 win over Arsenal. I'm going to go for a 3-1 win over Watford. I still think that we've not got watertight defence at the moment. I think Watford will get chances. They've got Igalo and Dini. Both strikers will cause us problems. That's the main reason I want Smalling back, because we need a little bit of pace back in that central defence. Blind and Carrick, that's too slow. That'll get exposed. But I think we've got enough to beat Watford. And I think it should be another comfortable performance. There's a confidence among those players that we saw against Arsenal that just hasn't been there this season. Whether it because they just thought, you know what, fuck it, let's just go for it. We've got nothing to lose. If that's the attitude we took, then take that for the rest of the year, because we do have nothing to lose. We can't win the Premier League. The FA Cup is our main trophy hope, and I do hope we get into Wembley at least and win the damn thing. We haven't won it in like 11 years. Europa League is going to be very tough, and we've got a double header against Liverpool. So all focus should be on the FA Cup and winning that. But in the meantime, just play no holds barred football in the Premier League. All we're doing is chasing that top four. The worst thing would be if we'd miss out on that top four and we didn't give our absolute everything to try and get it. If that means playing the kids and taking a risk, then Louis, take that risk. As we showed against Arsenal, that risk can pay off. That was by circumstance. But let's make it by choice and keep to it, because it made the world of difference. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this game. Do you think United can go and make it 4 wins out of 4? That'll be a nice turnaround from 4 losses out of 4 in December. Drop a like on the video and subscribe to United People's TV if you're new. And Ira will be at Old Trafford tomorrow night, so make sure you come and speak to him after the game. Take it easy, Reds.
Damian, no Schweinsteiger. I was like, come on. This is it. It's for the taking. And then we started the game and I've